Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to talk about an important topic of physics, which is circular motion and SHM. We are going to talk about the relation between circular motion and simple harmonic motion. Before going to the explanation of the topic, we have to first define that what is simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion is a type of motion in which the acceleration of the body is always directed towards the mean position, and this acceleration is always directly proportional to the displacement of the body from the mean position. So if the body moving in a circular motion satisfy these conditions given in the definition, then we can say that circular motion is a simple harmonic motion. You may have learned many times that circular motion of a body is not a simple harmonic motion. Yes, the body itself moving in the circular path along the circumference of the circle do not execute simple harmonic motion, but the projection of the body which moves to and fro about the center of the circle along the diameter executes simple harmonic motion. Now let us consider a diagram. This is a body of any mass moving in a circle. You can see this is moving in the circular path along the circumference. Now this body moving in this circular path does not execute simple harmonic motion, but this projection which is Q, this projection executes simple harmonic motion. Now let AB is the diameter and O is the center of circle. When the particle moves in circle, its projection Q vibrates along the diameter of circle about the mean position O. When the body is at point P, its projection Q is at distance x from the mean position. This is the centripetal acceleration of the body. As you know, the body moving in a circle have centripetal acceleration which is directed towards the mean position, which is O. Now if we resolve this centripetal acceleration into its components, now you can see this is centripetal acceleration AC. So uh, this is AC cos theta and this is AC sin theta. Now I am drawing this here. This this is AC which is directed towards mean position O, and this is ACX which is the horizontal component of AC. This is ACY which is the vertical component of AC. Now you know ACX is equal to AC cos theta and ACY is equal to AC sin theta. As you know, the the projection is moving to and fro along the diameter, so we want the component of acceleration along the diameter, so we will take the component of acceleration ACX which is along the diameter. So I am writing it here. The component of AC along the diameter is ACX, which is equal to AC cos theta. You know that centripetal force is equal to mv square over r. So centripetal force is equal to mass into centripetal acceleration, which is equal to mv square over r. So mass cancel. So centripetal acceleration we get is v square over r. You know that v is equal to linear velocity is equal to radius into angular velocity. So uh, we will put here r square AC is equal to uh, r square omega square over r. So 1r cancel. So AC is equal to r omega square, which is written above as well. Now we will put this value AC is equal to r omega square. We will put this r omega square in the place of AC in the first equation. You can see ACX is equal to AC cos theta. We will put the value of AC here. Now I am putting it here. AX is equal to AC cos theta. So put the value of AC in this equation. AC is equal to r omega square and cos theta. AX. You can write ACX or AX. Better to write AX. Now you know that omega is equal to, what is omega? Omega is the angular velocity and r is the radius of the circle. Now we will calculate the value of cos theta. We will replace this cos theta with as you know, cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse. Now we will replace this cos theta with base over hypotenuse. Now we are going towards the diagram. Now cos theta, I am writing it here, cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse. Now what is base here? This is theta and this is the base here. This is the base here. Base, what is the base? Base is x, which is the distance of the projection from the mean position. And this is perpendicular, we don't need it. We need hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is, what is hypotenuse? This is the radius. You know, this is radius. This is a line from center, drawn from center to the circumference. A line drawn from center to the circumference is the radius. So you can write here cos theta is equal to, what is base? X, the distance of the projection from the mean position x, and what is hypotenuse? R, which is radius, which is a line drawn from center to the circumference is radius, so we are writing it as radius. That mentioned AC is the centripetal acceleration, don't confuse it with the radius. So we will put the value of cos theta in the above equation. We can write it equation 2. AX is equal to R omega square into X over R, as cos theta is equal to X over R. So we replace it with X over R. Now we will solve it further. AX is equal to R omega square X over R. Oh, this is cutting, is radius and radius cuts, so R cancel, and AX is equal to omega square X. So now we are making X negative, because you know that acceleration and displacement are oppositely directed. They are directly proportional to each other, but they are directed opposite. So we are writing as AX is directed opposite to the displacement that is AX is directed towards the mean position, and the displacement X is directed away from the mean position, away from the mean position. So we can write that equation as AX is equal to omega square minus X. Now we have changed the sign from plus to minus because they are oppositely directed. If the acceleration is considered that it is directed towards left, as the mean position is on the left side, so the displacement will be directed towards the right side. Now put omega square as constant. AX is equal to constant into minus X. Now we take omega square as constant, so we can write AX is directly proportional to minus X. AX is directly proportional to minus X. If we equalize this equation, we take omega square as proportionality constant. So this is the equation for which we did the whole derivation. And you know, this equation is called the equation of simple harmonic motion. So this derived equation proves that the motion, to and fro motion, of the projection of a body moving in a circle is the simple harmonic motion. Now we are going to derive the formula of time period of this simple harmonic motion. But before deriving it, we have to define it. What is time period? Time period is the time required by a body to complete one vibration. It means when the body completes its one revolution, one circular revolution, then its projection complete one vibration. The time period required for the projection to complete its one vibration is equal to, I am writing it, T is equal to 2 pi over omega. Now 2 pi here is the angular displacement, which is equal to theta. Theta is equal to 2 pi radians, and omega is equal to angular velocity. Omega is the angular velocity, and capital T is the time period. Now, how we derive this formula? As you know, angular displacement is equal to angular velocity into time. Time, which is time period, is equal to angular displacement over angular velocity. So, as you know, for one complete revolution, the theta angular displacement is equal to 2 pi radians divided by 2 pi radians. This is the unit. 2 pi over omega is equal to 2, or T is equal to 2 pi over omega. We didn't write radians because it's just a unit. With this formula, we can also derive the frequency. So, how we can, I am showing you frequency. As you know, um, frequency is equal to 1 hour time period. So, as time period is equal to 2 pi over omega, we can write it f is equal to 1 over 2 pi over omega. Omega is double dividing, so it multiplied by 1. Is double dividing, it will be multiplied by this 1. F is equal to omega over 2 pi. So this is the value of frequency. This is the formula for frequency. Now we have proved that the to and fro motion of the projection is the simple harmonic motion, and we have also derived formula for time period and frequency as well. Now we will derive the formula for the velocity of the projection. So, as you know that this body is moving in a circle, so it has velocity as seen in the diagram directed here. So this velocity is resolved into its component. This is v, so this is theta. So adjacent to it there is vx. I am writing it. There is vx here, and here it is vy. So as the projection you can see it is directed parallel to the Vx component of the velocity. So we will take the Vx component of this velocity to find the velocity of the projection. So we are going to solve it. Now, oh, now Vx is equal to V cos 90 minus theta. Now we take 90 minus theta because as we saw in the diagram. Now see this diagram. Now this is theta, this is also theta. We need this angle, and this angle is 90 minus theta. This whole angle is 90 degree. When you minus this theta with it, then we will get this angle. So this is 90 minus theta. Now as you know, cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Now I am writing here Vx is equal to V cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. You can check on calculator as well. If you put here 0, suppose if you put here 0, cos 90 is equal to 0, and cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta is I am proving. So you know theta is equal to 0. So if you put 0 here, so the answer is again 0. It means cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. So from here we can derive sin theta. Sin theta is equal to V is here multiply and there divide Vx over V. Now we are going to use here our trigonometric formula. By trigonometry, you know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. So sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Now from figure you can check that cos theta is equal to x over r. You can check that we have already proved cos theta is equal to x over r. Cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse, so base is x and this is r, x over r. These two theta are the same. Their value is same. So we have proved that cos theta is equal to x over r. So we have put that there. So this value we have taken from the figure. Now putting this value in this above equation, sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta, so x square over r square. So now solving it, sin square theta is equal to, we take radius as LCM like this, and r square 1 r square and r square cancel, minus x square. Now we take square root on both sides, sin square theta and the square root r square minus x square or r square. Now under the square root and square cancel. Sine theta is equal to r square and under the square root cancel. So under the square root r square minus x square over r. Now we are going to put the value of sine theta here, which is equal to Vx over V equal to under the square root r square minus x square over r. We have got the value of sine theta from, I am showing you, this is the value of sine theta. We proved it before. It is this is the value we put in place of sine theta, Vx over V. Now Vx, V is dividing here, they are multiplied, so under the square root r square minus into V, or you can write V here, divided by radius r. Now as you know, velocity is equal to radius into linear velocity is equal to radius into angular velocity. So Vx is equal to r omega under the square root r square minus x square over r. So radius cancel. So Vx is equal to omega under the square root r square minus x square. So we have got the velocity of the projection. This is Vx is equal to omega under the square root r square minus x square. This is the velocity of the projection. Now a point to be noticed here is that this is the changing, this radius is the radius of the circle, but this x can be changed depending on where the projection is at an instantaneous time. For example, if the projection is at the mean position, then you can see the velocity of the projection will be maximum. Vx is equal to omega under the square root. If x is 0, then there will be radius of square of radius, and this cancel, and Vx is equal to omega r. So the velocity of the projection will be maximum on the mean position. And these are all conditions we also learned before in simple harmonic motion. Similarly, if the x square is maximum, means displacement of the projection from the mean position is if maximum, you can see Vx is equal to omega under the square root r square minus x square is the formula. So if x is equal to r, and this is the maximum displacement, which is amplitude, so Vx will be then omega under the square root r square minus r square. So it will become 0. So Vx omega into 0, so Vx is equal to 0. This is when the projection is at its extreme position. So this is also the case you learned in the simple harmonic motion in spring system, that if the body is at the extreme position, then the velocity will be 0. So same is the case here. If the projection is on the circumference or away from the mean position with the distance of radius, then the then that position will be extreme position, and the velocity of projectile at that instant will be 0. You can also see in the diagram, if this projection is at this mean position, if it comes to the mean position, it will have the maximum velocity, and if it is at extreme position, which is this point, this circumference, uh, the line bisecting the circumference, this point, at this point the velocity will be 0 of the projection. The velocity of the projection will be 0 because it's the extreme position, and these all are the conditions of simple harmonic motion. So this was the whole topic. We have tried our level best to explain it to you easily, thoroughly, and conceptually. Hope after seeing this video your doubts will be cleared regarding this topic. I am ending this video by leaving a numerical question for you. I am hopeful that you will answer this numerical in the comment box. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel, share it and like it. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.